Well, hello there, friends. It is September 2nd, 2021, about maybe 7-ish p.m. It's a nice drive home after work. It's a glorious sunset. One of the things about this whole pandemic, working from home, blah 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 stuff was really realizing how much I missed that drive home from work. As sad as that sounds, right? You finish a nice day at work, get in your car, you sit there for a little bit, drive home, a nice way to unwind. You've got that distinction between work and home. Not just I live and work and everything out of my room. It's a little tired. It's been a long day. Got quite a bit of walking in earlier today because I didn't have to go into work until later. It was very nice. Out in the sun a lot. Making sure, it's hot out, the shirt comes off. Got to expose as much part of your upper body to sunlight as you can. Get that vitamin D. Getting sunburned pretty decently, but a nice tan, not to the point of pain. The movement clearly, I was very wrong earlier this summer when I thought, I'll just lay in bed. I'll go to work and come home and just lay in bed. Maybe I need more bed rest. Yeah, no, sitting movement, folks. Movement, despite whatever initial pains and all that. Movement has been very, very helpful and important, for sure. It's probably a metaphor for life, too. If you sit still too much, it causes pain too, right? I'm sure that applies to many, many other things in life. Let's see. I don't know. Work was fine. Had just been overall having some good interactions here and there. People discovering what the library has and that it's very relevant to them. And gosh, it's gonna be on this side, too much noise. All right. People discovering that stuff is relevant to them, surprised. They're like, oh, I can do this and that for free and get materials to help me learn and all that stuff. Or, it's stuff that's seemingly menial and minor, but you just see how truly important it is in people's lives. And there is truly a feeling of just a certain fulfillment where, helped, I remember earlier this week helping this one old lady with her iPad, just getting Zoom to work, like an older iPad, checked to see, is there an update to the app? There was. Did that, opened up, did a little quick test call to make sure everything worked. They were very, very pleased, satisfied. You could tell that, all right, clearly using Zoom for whatever is very important to this person. Just somebody, when you see this little thing that you kind of help somebody with, and the look of gratitude and just expression they have for just having this solved, that to them is like a big deal. Just things like that, just really, it feels very nice to do. I don't know. More light. There we go. It's helping some dude with his website too. It's just interesting to get an exposure to a whole bunch of random stuff and just kind of learn with people. You know, you really appreciate the like general patience of like, all right, well, I don't know this specific thing with WordPress, but you know, if you're willing to sit and learn with me, like we'll figure this out for you. So I don't know, that was nice. It was nice to like, you know, just some dude is starting a website and wanted to sell some stuff that he had written. So, you know, just some stuff wasn't quite clear. We got it all sorted out. Got the commerce app all figured out on there. That was, or the plugin, whatever it is. That was very nice. All right. Sorry, that was the neighbor. Just waving hello and have a good one. Yeah, no, I don't know. It's a number of things like that I don't know. Did randomly also meet somebody in a park on Sunday. Some lady got the number, and I don't know. I didn't really care that much, but you know, we just kind of gelled a bit. Our personalities nicely. Just chatted a little bit every time we walked by each other. And so yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll go grab coffee or something. I don't know. Not really dwelling on it or thinking about it. Not going to be a weirdo about it, anything like that. Just, you know, another opportunity to meet another person. So, and I don't know how old, but definitely older. And in way better shape than I am. I'm talking about clearly does CrossFit or something and had like almost a six-pack. It was just, I don't know, very random. Apparently like every few years I'll just randomly meet an older woman at a park who's very oddly interested in me. I don't really care that much. It's whatever. Just a very random thing. I remember. Yeah, let's see, what else, folks? I think my little thought I've had, you know, with all the walking and working on rows and ring rows, ring push-ups, and hey, you know, Monday is a holiday. So, you know, I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So if I'm off Monday, hey, maybe a little workout string might be fun. But I don't want to get excited just yet. But I think I might be on to something. I think something may actually be working. It was just having to find the right weight frequency and the right dose of the right exercise. And just go through some of the initial, like, some of the initial pains, you know, but, you know, I don't want to get excited just yet, but I do remember after, like, Wednesday's session, just, you know, really focusing on form, getting that squeeze, you know, bringing those shoulder blades together and back and down. Just, I remember for, like, a good 5 hours or so after, just having this immense feeling of relief. I don't know, it was very bizarre. And then, you know, later in the day, the old familiar ache and pain just kind of started up. Not as bad today, but yeah, it was very interesting. So I think I might actually, with all this stuff combined together, with the diet and the walking and the rows and the rows for dem hoes. No, that's very vulgar. Not those. I'm talking about for farming implements, gardening implements. So I would never disrespect women that way. Sorry. Yeah, keeping it simple, very enjoyable. I mean, I'll make a separate video about, you know, like my plan with the ring training stuff and all that, but I'm very much enjoying it right now. And I think I may very well be onto something with this. I don't know. We'll see. And I know, you know, I made the video about the goals for now. And, you know, yeah, is it the best goals? No, you need smarter goals, need more more concrete, I don't know, something better than that. I definitely get it, folks. I definitely get it. I understand. It's just that I don't really know otherwise. And I don't know simply because I don't really know who I myself am anymore. That's really what it comes down to. And I don't mean that in any sort of like self-depreciate, like all melodramatic way of, I don't know, or, you know, I don't feel particularly depressed or particularly sad or anything. I mean, I do have, you know, once in a while this feeling of loss a little bit, and I don't need to go talk to a professional to know what that's all about. You have a sense of loss because you know that you've sort of lost yourself, if you will, or at least what you think was yourself. This image that you had, this house of cards that you sort of had of yourself, of whatever identity you formed that has just sort of collapsed, and so that's what it turns into, is I can't really see far off in the future anymore. It's like, you know, this idea of what do you really want, man? What do you want to do? What you want out of life is like, you can sit down and maybe think about it, but you're just not sure anymore, simply because, like I said, I just don't know who I myself am anymore. I don't know who I am. And, you know, and I realized too that I don't think I ever really did know either. It's come up in a number of things. It's come up in a number of things. I mean, all this stuff of, oh, I'm tired of working with people. I don't want to work with the public, and all the complaining and bitching that I used to do about that. And what you forced me. You forced me to work from home for over a year and just really have to deal, just have to face some things, and then you find out, you know what, I actually enjoy being around people. I mean, I still need my alone time to recharge, but I do enjoy being around people, and I need it. I'm not actually so sure I just go work at an office somewhere on a computer, just coding away by myself. I mean, I'm not so sure about that anymore. Not only do I enjoy people, I think I may actually need that. I need to be around people. Because if I don't have, I don't know, if I don't, you know, it's like if you're not forced to do that, you would indulge in your natural tendency to hide away from others and isolate yourself and all that stuff. And what would that lead to? I mean, that's what kind of scares me. It's one of my big fears about living alone. At the very least, you know, coming home, you know, like your parents are there waiting for you. Somebody's there. Who gives a shit? I mean, working full time now, certainly in a much better position to be able to move out. But I don't know. That's one thing that would definitely scare me, folks. Would there be a source of growth and motivation, or would that lead to just indulging in, well, I've come home and I'm just going to isolate myself from others? You know, if you had a wife or a girlfriend, something like that, be one thing. I'm not sure, man. Just not really sure anymore. So, but that's been one big thing to deal with, is this whole, you know what, I'm not actually so sure I want to not work with people. And while sometimes it is difficult to work with the public or whatever, or any of that stuff, you realize, you can see the benefit that it's had for you, and that the good things that do happen, and that it's nice to, you know, nice to be able to help others. Just kind of see that, you know, that this little thing or whatever that you helped with or did for somebody, or you figured out for them, with them, all that it made some little improvement or something in somebody else's life, that your miserable little existence had some sort of benefit to somebody for a few minutes. Yeah, I mean, that's one, it's definitely been something to think about for sure. I mean, who are you? Who am I? What do I want? What do I want to do? What should I do? Even just, God, as dumb as this sounds, even like with the whole fitness thing. I mean, I used to really, in years past, have this little fantasy, and maybe it was like a grudge to this ego thing against others of like, oh yeah, you know, one of these days I'm gonna get in like really good shape, and I'll build all these muscles, and then I can like show off and impress people, and like, oh yeah, I can mog people, right? To make up for my fragile ego. And I mean, obviously I didn't do that. I mean, the big joke was me being very, very fat for a long time and talking about losing weight and never actually doing it. And now that I have lost the weight, and if you care to know, I am roughly about 168 to 170, 171, depending on the day, pounds. The lowest I got down to was about 164. I mean, now that I've been able to start working out a bit, I think some of that muscle memory is coming back, and I'm actually putting on a little bit of weight. But I am perfectly happy now, perfectly happy being small or normal, you know, depending on who you ask or talk to and their perspective on it. I am more than happy, and I have zero desire to, you know, to like show off or try to mog. I'm gonna mog people. I have zero desire to mog anyone, show off, impress anyone, have some sort of ego about it. I am very, very happy. I don't care about the loose skin. Yeah, I mean, I'm never gonna have a six-pack because of that. I don't care. I'm happy being this way. You know, when I see people now, in years past, you know, I'd see kind of that big, you know, like the big, bulky strongman type of thing, where you see clearly somebody, they've gotten their bench, squat, and deadlift very high and eat a lot. They look like a fridge. I used to be very much like in the back of my head secretly like, oh, I want to be that so I can be big and meh. And nowadays, I have zero desire. To me, that just looks very, very uncomfortable. I mean, if it works for them, that's great, but I have zero desire to bulk up, be big. I'm just happy with my walking every day, doing my gymnastics rings. You know, I think I'd be more interested in some kind of ninja warrior build, you know, physique, not a strong man. I had to really bring up the tism. It said I'm going for like a warrior monk build, not, strong man, blah, blah, tank, any of that stuff. Just, you know, already on the path, folks, already on the path. Just got to keep on and not slide backwards, which is not really an issue anymore. Not really an issue anymore of sliding backwards. Just very, you know, just put on a little bit more muscle and get that relative body weight strength up, and I don't know, I am very, very happy with that for myself. But yeah, there's no issues going back, and I know that there's people watching this who probably think, oh, any day now he's going to regain all the weight. He's just going to go back to how he was and we can have a big old laugh about it. And it's not going to happen. And it has nothing to do with, you know, motivation or willpower or somehow, I'll show you guys, huh? I'll show you. No, nothing to do with that. Simply because I have no more attachment to that person. I have no more identity in that person. You know, I don't have any sort of self-depreciating, like, oh, I'm like a big fat neck beard, fedora, blah, blah. You know, I mean, I see, you know, I might see pictures of myself or videos from that point of just being very overweight, long-haired, big old dumb beard. And I know that was me, right? I mean, I know obviously that was me, but it feels like somebody else's memory in a way. And I'm shocked and horrified that I ever allowed myself to be that way. How did I ever truly allow myself to be that way and thought that it was okay? You know, I don't know who I am. I don't know if I ever will know. But certainly not that person anymore. So therefore, there's no more, oh, you know, it's just willpower that's just fading, and eventually it's going to fade, and I want to, like, eat all this food and feel sorry for myself. Just no. None whatsoever, simply because, and you read about it too, where people who lose a whole bunch of weight, they sort of still struggle with the image that they have inside. Well, I got nothing inside, so it's, at least the one benefit is that whatever that was, that is not in here anymore. It's just that this in here also doesn't have much else in it for now. Identity sure is a very, very powerful thing, isn't it, folks? Very powerful. Both for the good and the bad. How do you harness it for the good? Is it really just fake it till you make it? Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking back to some of the stuff earlier where just thinking back at how awful I used to be with people, like how just anxious, just so anxious and scared to talk to people. Terrified. Really thinking, well, that's just it now. That'll never change. That's just me. And I don't know. I tell you, there's just moments where I'm like almost shocked at myself of just like my ability sometimes to, like, you know, I'm not some kind of Casanova or like Mr. Personality. I know all the right things to say, but I'm not the worst at it now. I just kind of sometimes shocked at, like, whoa, is this like really me? Like, these people have no idea how utterly terrified I used to be of having any sort of conversation with people. Yeah, oh, I could go online and say a whole bunch of shit, right? Because you didn't actually have to interact with people face to face, but oh, man. What an absolutely gorgeous evening. Had myself a nice tri-tip steak earlier and some eggs. Oh, he crave egg. Had some 6 eggs. I just poached them up. Very tasty. So yeah. Touche on the criticism of the goals. Oh, well, look at that. It's probably my sign that I think I've run out of steam for the video. Time to pack it up and head on home. Who indeed the hell am I? Who have I ever been? All right, folks. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.